Hello everyone, welcome to day 76 of 730. Today we're reading the rest of chapter 9 of Leviticus right through to verse 8 of chapter 11. From the New Living Translation, they read, Next, Aaron presented the offerings of the people, and he slaughtered the people's goat and presented it as an offering for their sin, just as he had first done with the offering for his own sin. Then he presented the burnt offering and and sacrificed it in the prescribed way. He also presented the grain offering, burning a handful of the flour mixture on the altar, and in addition to the regular burnt offering for the morning. Then Aaron slaughtered the bull and the ram for the people's peace offering. His sons brought him the blood, and he spattered it against all sides of the altar. Then he took the fat of the bull and the ram, and the fat of the broad tail, and from around the internal organs, along with the kidneys and the long lobe of the livers. He placed these fat portions on top of the breasts of these animals, and burnt them on the altar. 21. Aaron then lifted up the breast and right thigh as a special offering to the Lord, just as Moses had commanded. 22. After that, Aaron raised his hand towards the people and blessed them. And after presenting the sin offering, the burnt offering, and the peace offering, he stepped down from the altar. 23. Then Moses and Aaron went into the tabernacle. When they came out, they blessed the people again, and the glory of the Lord appeared to the whole community. 24. Fire blazed forth from the Lord's presence and consumed the burnt offering and the fat on the altar. When the people saw this, they shouted with joy and fell down on the ground. Chapter 10. Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, put coals of fire in the incense burners and sprinkled incense on them. In this way, they disobeyed the Lord by burning before him the wrong kind of fire different than he had commanded. 2. So fire blazed forth from the Lord's presence and burnt them up, and they died before the Lord. 3. Then Moses said to Aaron, This is what the Lord meant when he said, I will display my holiness through those who come near me. I will display my glory before all the people. And Aaron was silent. Then Moses called for Mishael and Elzaphan, Aaron's cousins, the son of Aaron's uncle Uzziel. He said to them, Come forward and carry away the bodies of your relatives from in front of the sanctuary to a place outside the camp. So they came forward and picked them up by their garments and carried them out of the camp, just as Moses had commanded. 6. Then Moses said to Aaron and his sons Eleazar and Ithamar, Don't show grief by leaving your hair uncombed or by tearing your clothes. If you do, you will die. Then the Lord's anger will strike and the whole community will strike the whole community of Israel. However, the rest of Israelites, your relatives, may mourn because of the Lord's fury, destruction of Nadab and Abihu. 7. But you must not leave the entrance of the tabernacle, or you will die, for you have been anointed with the Lord's anointing oil. So they did as Moses commanded. 8. Then the Lord said to Moses, You and your descendants must never drink wine or any other alcoholic drink before going into the tabernacle. If you do, you will die. This is a permanent law for you, and it must be observed from generation to generation. 10. You must distinguish between what is sacred and what is common, between what is ceremonially unclean and what is clean. 11. And you must teach the Israelites all the decrees that the Lord had given them through Moses. 12. Then Moses said to Aaron and his remaining sons, Eleazar and Ithamar, Take what is left of the grain offering after the portion that has been presented as a special gift to the Lord, and eat it beside the altar. Make sure it contains no yeast, for it is the most holy. 13. You must eat it as a special in a sacred place, for it has been given to you and your descendants, and your portion of the special gifts presented to the Lord. These are the commands I have been given. 14. But the breast and the thigh that were lifted up as a special offering may be eaten in any place in this that is ceremonially clean. These parts have been given to you and your descendants as your portion of the peace offering presented by the people of Israel. 15. You must lift up the thigh and the breast as a special offering to the Lord, along with the fat of the special gifts. These parts will belong to you and your descendants as your permanent right, just as the Lord had commanded. Moses then asked them what had happened to the goat of the sin offering. When he discovered it had been burnt up, he became very angry with Eleazar and Ithamar. Aaron's remaining sons. 17. Why did you eat this sin offering in a sacred area? He demanded. It is a holy offering. The Lord has given it to you to remove the guilt of the community and to purify the people, making them right with the Lord. 18. Since the animal's blood was not brought into the holy place, you should have eaten the meat in the sacred area as I ordered you. 19. Then Aaron answered Moses, Today my sons presented both their sin offering and their burnt offerings to the Lord, and yet his, his tragedy has happened to me. If I had eaten the people's sin on such a tragic day as this, would the Lord have been pleased? 20. And when Moses heard this, he was satisfied. Chapter 11. Then the Lord said to Moses and to Aaron, Give the following instructions to the people of Israel. Of all the land animals, these are the ones you may use for food. 3. You may eat any animal that has completely split hoofs and choose the card. You may eat, however, the eat of the following animals that have split hoofs or that chew card, but not both. The camel chews the card but does not have split hoofs, so it is ceremonially unclean for you. The hyrax chews the cud but does not have split hooves. It is unclean. 6. The hare chews the cud but does not have split hooves, so it is unclean. 7. The pig has evenly split hooves but does not chew the cud, so it's unclean. 8. You may not eat the meat of these animals, even touch their carcasses. They are ceremonially unclean for you. And until we meet again tomorrow, stay blessed.